Hi guys, this is Kyne. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as I'm sure you can tell by the title, is going to be another wig styling tutorial. I keep getting more requests to do the finger wavy Marcel curl that's really popular right now, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it as a center part. I'm really excited about this one because I'm working on a brand new wig. This wig was sent to me by Donna Love Hair. They reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to feature one of their wigs in a video, and I could not refuse. So this is going to be the first time that I'm showing you guys a wig that's straight out of the bag. So this is what the hair looks like. It's 26 inches of synthetic hair. Let me go put this on. Okay, this is what it looks like straight out of the bag. It's quite expensive. On the site, I'm pretty sure it's like $110, $120, somewhere around there, which is a lot of money considering you can get synthetic lace fronts for like half that price. But my first impression is that the hairs do feel very soft and silky, and the wig is very dense, so you're not going to be able to see any tracks while you're wearing it. Plus, the fibers are also heat safe, so you can use your styling tools on this. And they also throw in a free wig cap and a wig brush with your purchase, so I was very impressed to see this. So I guess I understand where the high price point comes from. I mean, if you have the money and you want to invest in some nice luxury wigs, then I'll link it down below in the description. And they gave me a coupon code to share with you guys. It's onlinekyne. It saves you like $8 to check out. I don't make any commission off of it, if you're wondering. It's just a way of letting them know that I sent you if you make a purchase, so you know, maybe they can sponsor some more wig tutorials in the future. And it's a win-win situation. Anyway, I'm gonna take this off because they look like a cross-dresser, and let's get into the tutorial. Alright, so I pinned the wig onto my canvas block. If it looks different, it's because I covered it in a bunch of tape and plastic wrap. I got a comment on one of my last videos. One of you guys recommended that I do this to protect it from getting moldy from all the steam that I use, and because I also use lots of hairspray, so this just protects the canvas block. You'll also notice that the lace on this wig is longer than usual. It's all the way down here. That's because this hair is straight out of the bag, and when you buy a lace front wig, if you're not already familiar, the lace is usually kept extra long because some people like to modify the hairline by tying in their own hairs here, and because they want you to be able to cut the lace to your desired length. Lots of people just cut right up to the hairline because it looks more natural that way. I like to leave about 1 centimeter to half a centimeter of lace left because it just lasts longer that way, and because I glue the wig down when I wear it. But I'm not going to cut the lace just yet because I'm not wearing it yet, so I'm just going to keep it at this length. As you can see, it already comes with this nice beautiful factory curl, so you could just wear the wig like this. I mean, it looks good enough, but I'm going to show you how I style it. So as always, I start out by parting the hair where I want it to. As you can see, since this is a lace front wig, there's lace right there so that when you part it in the middle, it looks like it's growing out of your scalp. And the way I'm going to set the rollers is I'm going to set them diagonally like this, going all the way to the ear, so that the hair is going away from the part on each side, but also going towards the camera. And I have a new product that I wanted to show you guys. I went by Sally's Beauty Supply the other day and got some end papers. I think they're meant to keep the hair more organized at the ends. Basically what you do with them is you put it on the hair like this, right at the ends. And I guess the purpose of this is to save you from having kind of kinky, tangled ends when you're setting the wig. And then I'm just gonna curl it all the way to the base and pinning it in just like so. So now moving on to the next section, I'm picking out a panel of hair, and I'm gonna brush it out with a brush that came with this wig. Alright, so I'm finished now roller setting the first row of hair, which is right at the hairline, which I would say is the most important part because this is the part that people see. So if you mess this up, then you might as well just give up. But as you can see, all the curlers are away from the part so that when I take them all out, the hair just naturally wants to part there. And then I'm just going to continue this pattern all the way around the head. So this is what the finished roller set looks like. This would be the front hairline. As you can see right at the part, the curlers go diagonally out, but as you go towards the back, they kind of go from diagonal to horizontal. The thing with doing curlers is you never want two adjacent curlers to be in different directions. You want the curlers kind of all to flow together so that the hair kind of looks nice and cohesive. Yeah, now the next step is just to steam it. So I'm gonna go fill my steamer up with some water, and then we're gonna set these curls in place. To sing through the night like a lark who's learning to play. Okay, so I've stuck a bag over the wig, which if you watch my videos is something I do pretty often. It just helps the heat circulate around the wig instead of going all up into the air. And I'm gonna do this for a couple of minutes until I kind of get the sense that the wig is nice and hot and damp. I wonder if you can like put oils in the hot water so the steam makes the wig smell like vanilla or like chocolate. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off now. I feel like it's been not even like 3 minutes, maybe but like a minute and a half. So now I'm just gonna leave this to dry down and cool down, and I'll be back in like an hour.
1 hour later.
You could honestly leave this like overnight or however long you want to, but I recommend taking the bag off once it's cooled down, otherwise the hair is kind of just soaking in all this like wet condensation. So now I'm gonna take all of these curlers out and let's see how it turned out. My verdict on using the end papers, by the way, which, just to let you know, I didn't use it over the entire head. I started to get tired of putting them in. I feel like it does make a small difference in how clean the ends come out, because sometimes when you're putting it in rollers and the hair is different lengths, it can kind of get kinky up in there. But the thing is, it doesn't really make that much of a difference that it's worth the extra time and effort that it takes to put them in. But if you're interested in trying them out, I think they only cost like $2 at Sally's Beauty Supply. So these curls came out beautifully, and you'll see, as I promised earlier, the hair already has a nice built-in middle part without even trying that hard. And it even has volume without any teasing. So you could wear it like this now, but I'm going to show you guys how I kind of style the finger waves and add some teasing. So I'm just brushing it out for now. So I'm going to grab my teasing brush, looks like this, and I'm going to get to teasing on this side of the head. And you always want to tease on the sides of the hair that are not going to be visible, so it would be the undersides of it. So I just back comb at the roots like this, and you see it just stands up on its own like that. This, by the way, is still the hairline. I haven't started teasing this yet. I'm just teasing like this part of the head. Then I'm going to tease the hairline, turning it around just so you guys can get a better view, and just back comb just like that. Now I'm teasing the parts that are near the ear, and I just flipped the teased sections over so they're out of the way. Looks like a huge mess, and that's because it is, but we're going to smooth it out later. I'm just going to do the exact same thing over to this side. And a tip is to take adjacent sections that you've teased and then tease them together so that they're all one big unit. Okay, yay, so this is what the hair looks like now that I've teased all the roots. It has to go through a bad stage before looking good, and you just have to kind of trust yourself with the teasing. The next step now is to smooth out all the teasing, and I'm gonna use the brush they provided with the package. I kind of like this brush actually. Not brushing hard enough to undo the teasing, but only brushing to get the surface of the hair so that the surface looks smooth again. Alright, so I brush it out, and as you can see, it looks a lot less like a big sewer rat, and we're back to that curl pattern that we had originally. It's gonna look a little bit flatter than how it looked before, because obviously you just took a bunch of teasing out, but the point is that it should have more volume than it did without the teasing. And you'll notice if I press down on this, it has a bunch of give, because there's still that cushion of teasing left at the bottom, since I only brushed out the surface and didn't detangle all of the teasing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my clip and then section this off so I can work on this side of hair first. So you'll see this section of hair fall straight on my face, which I don't like. What I want for it to do is for this first curl to go up. I'm gonna use a little roller to push this first crest up and make sure it stays up. And I'm gonna pin it in place. And the purpose of doing the teasing is because I wanted a bit of lift there, but I can go ahead and zhuzh it up a bit more if it's not enough. Since this part goes up and out, the next curl is going to want to go down and in. So we have a crest and then a trough. So taking that trough that just naturally appears because of the rollers, and I'm going to emphasize the depth of it by sticking a roller in there and then pinning it in. Since this went down and in, the next one again is going to go up and out. So taking that in my fingers and organizing it so it goes up and out, and then putting a roller there. Even if the hair already looks the way you want it to look, using all of these rollers and pins and clips will ensure that the hair stays in that place when you freeze it with hairspray and a blow dryer. That way it doesn't move around. Alright, so this is a hair now all in its rollers and pins. All I'm going to do now is just freeze it with some hairspray and a blow dryer, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the hairspray and blow dryer will have hopefully frozen the curls in place. So now I can take out all these rollers and pins and let's see how the hair looks. Okay, yay, so this is what the hair looks like now. I'm just gonna clean up the ends a little bit because they're a little bit frizzy. All I'm doing is taking the hair in my hands and then just brushing it so that it's nice and smooth like that. It kind of reminds me of that purple McDonald's guy, Grimace, if you guys remember him. I love it. I think it's gorgeous before and after. I think I'm gonna go put on a quick face and I'll show you the wig in its full glory. Okay, so I did a really quick beat and now I'm gonna put on this wig. And before I put it on, I wanted to show you guys how I cut the lace. So if I put it on just like this, you'll notice that the lace is far too long. I don't like to cut it when it's on my head because I don't feel like I have that much control. I feel like you should also use like a smaller pair of scissors to have more control, but this is all I have. Just cutting a little bit at a time. I'm cutting about 1 centimeter away from the hairline. And the closer you cut to the hairline, the more realistic it will look when you're wearing it. But I like to give myself a little bit of space to make it last longer. And also because sometimes I glue my wigs down when I wear them, so I like to leave a little bit of space for that. So now when it comes to putting it on, I've seen people do it upside down like this and they just dip their head into it. I'm not a big fan of that method. I feel like it ruins the style. I put it on starting at the back. Oh my god, I just realized I didn't shave my armpits. I'm gonna be right back. This is why I hate wearing anything that's not a huge fur coat. So like I was saying before, I take the wig and the back of it I line up with the back of my head. And I start there. And once it's back there, I just pull the wig forward like that. And then line the little side flaps with my real hairline on my sideburn. I like to put my wig hairline just a little bit below my real hairline because I have a big man forehead. If I'm gonna be going out, I like to secure this part down with some Prozade. I'll also do it if like I'm doing it up to when the sides are exposed, but since I'm just gonna stay here and since the hair is falling down and covering up the sides anyway, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And that's how I put on my wigs. If you need more security, you can take little bobby pins, and what I usually do is I find a spot that's like underneath the hair, like right here, and then I just pin it into place. Just like that. I don't like to pluck the hairline or put in little baby hairs. I'm not really that extra with my wigs. I'm not trying to trick anyone into thinking this is my real hair. I mean, as long as the lace isn't too clockable and my sideburns aren't showing from out underneath, I am satisfied. But yeah, so that's the finished wig. Thanks again to Donna Love Hair for sending me this wig to try on for you guys. Be sure to check them out. I'll link them down below in the description. Let them know who sent you. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I can't wait to read what you guys have to say in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye!